Yo, what is up, guys? This is the Brickdo here, and we have the Lego Loop Coaster officially revealed here. So this set's going to be coming out July 1st for $400. We knew this set was coming for a little while now. We had a pretty detailed leak a little bit too, giving a description of this set. And this may be a pretty unpopular opinion, but I personally am just not a big fan of the design of this new coaster for a couple reasons that I'll get into. Regardless of price and piece count and value, I just don't think that this is a well-designed set, at least from my perspective or my opinion. I know there's probably a lot of people who really like this. So first and foremost, I like roller coasters a lot. I consider myself an enthusiast of that as well. And this in no way resembles any plausible or realistic roller coaster. I'm not saying it has to be like crazy realistic. I get it, it's just Lego. And that's kind of why I like the first one. It did have some resemblance of a Wild Mouse roller coaster. It also sort of had a kind of classic Woody kind of looking coaster kind of vibe to it. But overall, I thought it encompassed, in general, some pretty good, realistic aspects of roller coasters. And second of all, I think the lift hill mechanism, I get they're trying to do something different than the standard chain lift that we had for the first one. However, this elevator lift, it is used for some coasters in real life, but it's not very common, and it wouldn't be common for a coaster like this. Usually it's more for like family rides. And I think I just prefer overall a chain lift in general. So with this set, you get a lot of pieces, but not a lot of track pieces for $400. A lot of the piece count is going to be included in this very large tower here to the left. A lot of pieces are going to be used up in that. It's very tall, which is somewhat cool. I think, over 3 feet tall, but it is a little bit just like there's going to be a ton of pieces in that. That's going to be like your main build experience in comparative to the rest of the set. And you don't get as much track, I would say, in the older one as well, in comparison to the older ones. So a little bit disappointing. You're obviously paying a decent premium for some of these coaster sets. And I think, having a lot of track pieces definitely makes it a little bit more enticing. Next reason, just the profiling of the loops just don't look right. I mean, the first one sort of has more of like I guess I would consider that kind of like a classic like Arrow style roller coaster loop, and the second one just completely different profiling, almost completely circle shaped, which is not really that common or realistic. And the fact that it's kind of like going downhill into the second one just seems kind of weird. This in general, I just get like a mock kind of vibe to it. It seems like a mock I would see at Brick Roll or something, and not to say that it would be like, I guess it just doesn't seem that polished. Like I said, given like the profiling of the loops, it seems like something that could be made like in Roller Coaster Tycoon, where all of your guests are like hate it and they're like dying on it. It seems like one of those coasters. In all honesty, just a straight down, super tall drop into two direct loops that you'd be, the physics of that, even in Roller Coaster Tycoon, would have your guests just dying from all the G forces, but. I guess just overall, it just seems kind of like not that polished to be an official Lego set. It's just kind of my thoughts on the track portion and the design layout of the coaster. That being said, there are some good things with this set. Obviously, you do just get a lot of action going on here. In the fairground, you get a nice station as well. And I think if you do motorize this lift hill here, I think it's okay, but if the whole crank thing too, where it's like you don't get any of the motorized features for like the $400 this thing's going to cost, it was a little bit disappointing. I know maybe a lot of people might have some of that motorized components lying around that they can plug into this very easily. I personally just don't. So I think for some people it's going to be an added cost in order to really get this thing fully functional. I think that they obviously wanted to do something different than the chain lift coaster that did the first time around. And I think this was, they took a stab at it, and a lot of people are going to like this. I personally just, again, for those reasons that I laid out, just it not being super realistic, the profiling of the loops, and a lot of the pieces being for this large tower here. Just some thoughts on some designs they could have gone with to maybe lower the price and also maybe make the design a little bit more realistic. I think they could have done a shuttle looping roller coaster where maybe they had a launch mechanism. It did one loop, went up sort of just a straight spire, and then come back down and back to the station. I think you could definitely make that and hit it at a price point about the half of this, about $200, I think. And if they did want to, go for a looping coaster, I think They could have gone with more of like a arrow style, like looping roller coaster, where chain lift, hill, maybe just have it do one loop or something like that, go in a little spiral or something, and then go back to the station. Pretty simple. I think that would have been another good alternative option. But let me know your guys' thoughts on this set. Do you feel like the sort of coaster, the Lego roller coaster kind of thing is wearing off on you, or are you really excited about this one? I guess, watching the video, it does seem cool going around the track, but it definitely just doesn't catch my attention as much as the first one. I think that just because that was so new when that came out, and it just seemed, not possible for so long until they came out with that original roller coaster set. So maybe that's a little bit of it as well. Yeah, let me know your thoughts on the design of the coaster and the set overall. I'm curious to hear your thoughts. I think the majority of people are going to like this. Again, I think I'm just being a little bit nitpicky about this, and I think sort of my roller coaster hobby is kind of coming in here and maybe making some judgments about it. But overall, it's a fine set. It's not bad in any way. It's just for me. It's not for me, and sometimes it's just how it goes. So guys, that wraps up the video. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. If you guys are new here, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Until next time, guys, this is the Brick Duo, signing off.